Casey.
What's going on, people's KC from www.kc-sounds.com. Today's video is how to set up templates for your Logic projects. So first of all, what you want to do is open Logic, click File, click New, and then Software Instruments, we want 5. Click Create. We want 2 vocal tracks. Yep, 2, create. If you want to use this template for your projects, I'll leave a description in the I'll leave a link in the bottom of the description. So let's quickly name these. So we'll open our mixer and we'll name this first one kick, bass, synth, and then we're going to have piano. Right, so our piano has gone and created 2 buses for us already, so I'm just going to take the sends off of that, and then I'm going to add these instruments to these channels that we got. So where am I? Yeah, ultra beat for the first one. We're gonna make this a multi-output. The reason for this is because if you checked out my other videos, you see that by using the multi-output drum ultra beat, it allows you to assign each individual sound to its own fader channel, which is down here. So when you click that plus, got some new channels there, look. So we're going to call this one snare and hi-hat. If you want to go across to the next one, you just press tab. Yeah, so we've got our drums in. You can make as many channels as you're using. This is just for this is just me showing you how to set it out quickly. Right, so moving on. Yeah, so we're going to color code that. We're going to make them red. I like to have the bass red. I like to have my drums red. The bass will make the next red down, and then the synth we will have that petrol blue type color. Piano, we're going to go for the blue next to it. We'll have that greeny colour. Then for the roads, we keep that one green. I'm just going to bring all these faders down for now, and let's get some instruments in. So for the for the bass, we're going to just bring up the EXS24, which allows you to use WAV samples or audio files as to trigger your sounds. So you just click in edit, but I'm going to do a whole video on that as well, so I won't go into that for now. Next instrument we'll have for our synth is ES2, and then our piano we're going to go for easy keys. Now we need to create, how many buses we got? Oh, vocals. This will be our main vocals. So say for example you've got, like, I don't know, a rapper or a singer, you've got 2 vocals set up ready, 2 vocal channels. So main vox and chorus vox we'll say. And these can go, we don't need them ones. Okay, so we've got kick, snare, hi-hats, bass, synth, piano, Rhodes, 2 vocal channels, And now we need to quickly create what is it, 12 more? How many you got there? 14 more auxiliary channels, buses. So what's that, 7? Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Don't even know if I need that many. Okay, so the first bus, we're going to call that one kick. Hit tab, go across, drums, bass, synths, and then piano / Rhodes. Then the next one will be main vox, chorus vox. If you're using ad-libs and you want to have an ad-lib one, you can name it that if you want to. Then we're going to go to aux 10 is going to be our near verb, which is near reverb. Next one would be our far verb, and then we've got delay 1, delay 2. These are going to be our effects buses, so we can route different channels here to these buses, to these effects buses if you need to. You can create as many as you want. So moving on, we've got the 2 reverbs, we've got 2 delays, we've got all D and B, which would be all drum and bass. Then we've got all music, which would be all your music, and then we've got all vox, which would be all your vocals, and you've got all effects, and then you've got pre-fader. So you might be thinking like, why so many buses? Why are you doing it like this? But the reason is because, say for example, I routed these. I routed my kick to the kick bus. I've got my mix sounding nice over here, but then like, I put a mix out and the client's asking for it to be 2 dB less or something like that, or 3 dB higher. But I don't want to go in and start fiddling about with the mix. I'm happy with the mix. It's just a level at the end. So what that allows me to do is not only this, but it allows me to use these faders, these would be my main output. So I could just use these to bring levels down higher and lower, and it also allows me to process all these drums or all these instruments, whatever it is on this bus. I can put a compressor and it's going to compress all them sounds on that one bus, instead of putting a compressor on all the different individual sounds which are all going to one bus, when I can just compress in one bus. It saves the CPU as well, saves on your CPU, and yeah, it's a good little workaround. Once you get used to it, it's okay, but it's not for everyone. You don't have to use this way. It's just me showing you how I work and what I do, and hopefully you get something from it. So let's move on. We've got the kicks, we've got the drums, we've got our bass. So what I'm going to do now is, if you can see here, I've got levels coming in, and the reason is because it's routed to my microphone. So I've got to change this. I've got to change it to bus 3, bus 4, and so on. I hope I'm making sense. If it doesn't make any sense, just let me know, and I will try and make it a bit clearer for you. Leave a comment or email me. My email is in the bottom, it's in the description, or hit me up on one of my social media sites. So once you've got all your buses your bus inputs correct, then you should be good. Notice that these are all stereo. You can make them mono or stereo here. I'm going to leave them all at stereo. And I'm going to get rid of the master fader because we don't need it at all. If you do decide to download this template and you use it and you're thinking, oh, where's the master fader gone? Just click master there and it'll be back. But I don't like to have it on there for some reason. I don't know. So now we've got all our buses, yeah, the inputs for our buses. But all our buses are going to stereo output, which is this. But we don't want that. So let me just quickly route our instruments to the buses. So we got bus 2's drums for bass, bus 2's drums for drums, bus 3 is bass, synths is going to bus 4, which is your synths. Piano and Rhodes, they're on the same bus in it, so we're going to go for bus 5. Then we've got vocals, our main vocal, which is main vox, and then we've got chorus vox, which is chorus vox. Quite straightforward, really. Like I said before, the reason for this is you could have 2 main vocals going to that one, this one fader, that one bus. Yeah, and then just manipulate that sound through that one channel. You can put a compressor on there, you can put some EQ on there if you need to. So then we're gonna go to, we're gonna change the colors of these so we know what's what. So these are our instrument buses, so we're just gonna make them one color. So we make it something that stands out a bit more than that green over there. We make it orange. Our vocal ones, we're going to make that colour green. Our effects buses, we're going to make that petrol blue colour. Our main faders, the big boss faders, we're going to make them blue. Our pre-fader and the stereo output, we're going to make that pink. So now we route our kick and our drums to the all D and B bus, which is 12. Sorry, we need to get that one in there as well. The bass needs to go in there as well. Then we've got our synths and piano. You can have more than 2 musical buses if you're using more than, say, you might have guitars, electric guitars or something like that, so you'll have an electric guitar bus. So we're going to drop that onto, or route that to bus 13. So we've got our piano there, yeah, which will be on the main bus, and we got it on the music, yeah. So if I click instruments, the instruments are gone, but we can still use these faders to mix it. Okay, so we click back on the instrument, and then from so now the main vox and the chorus vox needs to be routed to their to bus 14, because that's, like I said, you can do more processing again on this bus to make them all sound like one, so they're all cohesive and just sound nice and sit nicely within the track. Then from there, say you got let's put a reverb in there. We've got reverb here, which would be, what am I doing? We can go platinum reverb, copy that across. You've got your piano, which is routed to, or you're sending some of your piano to bus 8. and then when you turn your send up, it needs to have your reverb up, and you can send all your instruments, all your vocals now to that same reverb instead of putting all reverbs on your inserts, which is going to kill your CPU. So you don't want to do that unless your computer can handle it, or that's what you want to do because you're going for a particular sound. Then do that, go for it. But I don't really work like that. So you got your reverbs and you got your delays. We're just going to drop in a tape delay here and then drag that across. Like I said, with the reverbs, you can send any of your instruments now to your buses here. Once these are turned up, make sure they're turned up, otherwise you won't hear nothing. And then you can just say bus 10. We're going to send a little bit of that piano to bus 10. We're going to send some of the synths to bus 10. Yeah? I'll take that off and bring these back down. So basically you're just sharing that same bus with your different instruments. So I hope I haven't confused you or lost you. So all our effects will be routed to all effects. Now I explained before why it's good to do this, but I forgot to say as well. Say for example you've made a beat or something, and then you want to send it off for mastering, and they're asking for stems. So what you can do is you can just use these as your individual stems, which will be all your drums will be mixed to this, so you can control it on that. All your music, you just want to bounce the stem. You just want to bounce vocals, print vocals, or sorry, the effects. So you just have that up, solo it if you need be, and then you can just send them individually. You can send four different elements instead of sending 25, 26 different elements if you don't need to. It's just a workaround. It ain't for everyone. So now all these at the end here, your all D&B bus, your all music bus, your all Vox bus, and your all effects bus is going out to your pre-fader bus, which is this fader here. This is acting like your main output, but it's not your main output. So if we get rid of the main output, we won't put no plugins on that. You don't have to. Some people like to throw limiters on there so they can get it to the same sort of levels of commercial music when they're doing mixes or stuff like that. But some people just don't like to at all. I do now and again, but I like to have the pre-fade and have certain processors on there. Like I could have CLA2A, I can have some EQ in there, and what that's going to do is all of this stuff here leads into here. All of them, all the inputs come here. That's the last place it goes to before the main output. So if you needed to, I don't know, take out a few dBs at 500 because it's sounding a bit muddy or whatever, or I don't know, you want to boost some of the bass and you wanted to lift some of the high end, you can do that for the overall sound instead of going back to the instrument that you think might be causing a problem. But there's nothing wrong with that. You can do that. It's entirely up to you. Mixing and music, for me, it's an art form. What sounds good to you might not sound good to me, or what sounds good to me might not sound good to you. But it's not a problem, just as long as you like it and I like it. That's all that matters. So I think we're basically set up. We're done. Change them inputs. I'll take out them effects so you can put your own effects in there. If you do decide to download it, it'd be good if you did. I would like that. Let me know if you did. Email me or something. But it doesn't matter if you don't. So yeah, that's just a quick how to set up your templates in Logic. Once you've done that, you want to go to save as template. So we hit save as template. We're going to call this one production template 1. I'll drop my initials in there. If you want to change it by all means, don't matter, because once you save the project anyway, it's a new name. This will just be your template name. So then we click save. Job done. I'm going to come out of that. I'm not going to save it because I don't want to save that document. So then, say you've opened up Logic, you go to new from template, and then we've got production template 1. Ready to go. So yeah, I hope that's helped. I hope I didn't confuse you. If I did, then just let me know. Like I said already, just let me know and I'll try and make it a bit more easier to understand. I appreciate watching. If you haven't checked out my videos from before, my how-to videos or beat making videos or just beats and stuff, then go and check them out. If you liked today's video, press the like button. If you want to keep up to date with me and future stuff, then hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you watching. Peace.